resolve their differences, even if there are young ones in the house. And here to help us around this sensitive subject is parenting consultant Judy Arnall and some special puppet guests that you have.
Mom and Dad,
or whoever we need them to be. Now, I mean, let's talk about arguing in front of your kids. Should we be arguing in front of our children?
Definitely, yes. Children need to see that normal relationships have conflict and that it gets resolved in a respectful way, because you're a training ground for how your kids model future relationships.
So in a way, though, we do need to be, I guess, like arguing mindfully in a way. Like, obviously tempers flare. We're not necessarily, we're throwing out barbs that we wouldn't normally. Do we need to kind of reel some things in?
There's some do's and don'ts. The don'ts are, don't be sarcastic, don't swear, don't put your partner down,
right.
Don't be physically aggressive, right? You have to fight respectfully. The do's are, take a time out. If you're really angry at your partner, you take 20 minutes, and we're not talking a sulking, don't speak for a day type of time out, but just a cool down time out. And then you come back and you use your I statement. So an I statement is something like, dear, I feel upset when you walk across my floor that I've just cleaned because it causes extra work.
Right.
Right? And so it's about
this is
you
the way that
personally.
I feel.
Right. You're not using you messages, which are usually you always, you never, and they're very blameful and defensive. So use I statements to make your point, and then try and get into problem solving. Solve the problem. Not 50 million other problems, but just that problem.
And also you. Okay, so get into solving the problem. I mean, this seems like sound advice for any couple anyway. So this is, a child is an added reason to actually be careful when you're arguing with somebody.
Very careful. And be sure to make up. Have the kiss at the end after everything's resolved, because kids need to see the resolution too.
Now, when would you be using these for?
I use these in parenting classes,
right,
just to demonstrate communication skills between partners, because kids pick up exactly what your communication skills are.
Okay, and I guess what could we potentially see down the road? I mean, how can seeing parents argue badly affect a child later in life?
Well, how it affects them is they tend to repeat what they know in their future relationships.
Right.
So what they need to do is have conflict modeled to them respectfully, because that's how they learn how to deal with normal problems later on.
Now, say you did have a bit of a lapse and you did have one of those fights where you weren't able to control yourself and use those I statements, and there was a lot of blame and sarcasm and swearing. How do you then work with that sort of in the post-mortem? Make
sure to apologize to your partner in front of the kids. Because they need to see that too. And you can apologize to the kids and say, you know what, I lost it there, that was not good, we try better next time. And that's all you can do, just brush it off, apologize, move on.
So this really isn't about hiding it from your kids, it's actually about sort of working it out and letting them know that you're working it out.
Yeah, respectfully.
Respectfully. This is great advice for everybody. Also, Judy is the author of Discipline Without Distress. I'm just going to hold it up. This is something that is about to get used very heavily in my household. I have a 2.5-year-old, so always fantastic to see you here, Judy, and Mom and Dad too. Thank you for the very, very sound advice this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.